9 to 5 is a new 3v3v3 team tactics first-person shooter that I got a chance to play the beta weekend, and I want to compile up my thoughts. I'll be going over the state and direction of the game, and my tips to make the game feel more fluid and responsive. Firstly, I come from a long history of FPS games. I have a competitive experience in Rainbow Six Siege and CSGO playing for my college, and I also played only 13.5 hours of the beta weekend, but over 30 plus hours of the alpha and close testing combined. Before we begin, I want to say that these are my own sole opinions and that the game just got out of the alpha phase, so there's a lot of work to be done and will be done. To start, is the game fun? Definitely, but I believe progression acts like a gate to the fun. When you get to unlock more guns, items, and gadgets, the game lets you be so much more adaptable and lets you experiment with loadouts, where I believe the most fun of the game is. The beginning of the game does give you enough weapons and items to play at your own style, but it can get bland quickly since many items are locked in progression. I think as long as gunplay is rewarding, people will enjoy the game. Personally, this is what attracts me most to a game, as I consistently come back to old games to experience their movement and gunplay again. While the guns in 9 to 5 work, I feel like they're not represented as well as they could be. The sight precision while firing is good, but it lacks the emphasis and impact of a weapon. You can tell if a gun is hard to handle or easy to control in most other games. So I think adding very slight camera shake and rotation could help convey the kick of a weapon, but make sure it's not too overboard, and probably use different levels of kick depending on weapon categories. The previews and artwork for the guns look amazing, but I believe in-game, the view model doesn't do it justice. Possibly tweak around weapon FOV and positioning so it's further from the camera and you can see more of the gun. A lot of feedback has already been said about animation, so I'll keep it short. The knife animation, yeah, make it less obstructive of seeing around and give it some movement. I've noticed there's a lot of pause time within animations, but characters stand still, which makes it feel really unnatural. Things like reloading, using syringes, or reviving need a constant flow of movement to feel more fluid. Have revive and syringes be applying the medication until it finishes, instead of waiting to apply it. Sprinting animations should be lengthened, instead of having one pace on a loop. Reloading needs emphasis too, and give them some style and character. We could be nervous rookies or stylish mercenaries. Sounds in the game should help relay information in addition to visual feedback to the player. Gun sounds have already been talked about a lot. More importantly, sounds for damage to armor versus unarmored, and also headshot sounds. Maybe even sounds on a different pitch depending on which armor piece is hit. Gadgets also need to have individual sounds just to make it easier to relay information whether you're being flashed versus naded or your teammates placing armor or ammo. Drones will probably need a flying sound while it's currently moving, just to have an audio cue to tell if you're being droned or not. For balance, I believe drones are by far the strongest item in the game. Possibly scaling drone sizes up and showing lights whether they're foe or friendly can help a little, and while droning, putting players in an on-drone idle animation would help determine if an enemy has eyes on you or not. Nades were received really strong, but I believe nades should still be able to down a player single-handedly, since this game rewards passive play, and nades are a great counter to deal with someone who's holding your position. I think we also need feedback to see if a player is affected by flashes, gas grenades, or other utility like that. Time to kill seems alright for now, but there's a problem with the time to down, where it feels like the player receives damage extremely fast. Barricades should show visual and audio feedback when it gets damaged, as some people didn't even know they could be meleeed. Player detection, especially in the last round, feels way too powerful, and I think you should try small pings at a static position. Phase 3, where you defend your location, was extremely easy to pick off people as they were revealed for the entire time as they were in the objective radius. But most of this is hard to really judge since we didn't get the chance to use the EMP grenades or use the Spectre system to hide from gadgets. Some general suggestions would be to add sensitivity scales per optic, being that optics would probably be an extremely key component of fights in the game with large maps. Additionally, add in multiple possible ways to change the intensity of outlines, name tags, pings, and scale or move other UI elements. Oh, maybe add some way to communicate with teammates on the last round? Whether it be text chat, voice chat, pings, or a button for proximity voice chat? He's right under arm again. Arm's probably gonna kill him.
Yo, please don't come in here. Please don't come in here. Oh my.
No way.
Dude,
I'm supporting.
Yo, this arm guy is so bad.
Yo,
Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up!
And most importantly, let us use the menus while in queue. At the end of the day, I can't wait to see the progress of this game. It's so unique while being competitive and casual. I had so much fun playing and made a lot of new friends thanks to Red Oak Games. Big thank you to all those who helped me, who I played with and against. Can't wait to make a killing with 9 to 5. Yeah, that was cool, right? Are they in this bridge?
bro.
What?
No. Holy shit.
Okay, winnable, honestly.
You might have a drone on me.
Yeah, get that guy. Get the other.
Oh my god.
Okay. Last guy's inside this container here. I'm watching. Hard left, hard left. He doesn't know you're there. He's sitting on right on this ping. Crouched.
Yeah,
If you crouch, don't make sound.
Reloading.
Dead. Like he full killed me.
You still have your drone up?
Yeah, my drone's still up. I'm trying to get up there. Oh, nice job. Look at that. Look at that. One tap. Let's go.
One tap.
Securing drop zone. Defend from hostiles.
In the bridge, Oh, he's dead.
All hostiles terminated.
Nice, bro.
Cover me, I'm reloading. Switching out mags. Changing mags.
All hostiles terminated.
Hang on, need to patch up.
Thank you.
Cover me, I'm reloading. Confirm kill. Reloading. Flashbang out.
The enemy is securing the area.
Need to fix these wounds real quick. Just need a sec to patch up.
Securing the area.
Need to reload. Switching out mags. Flashbang en route. Cover me, I'm reloading. Reloading.
All hostiles
Okay.
terminated.
Gotcha. Oh,
Tango's in
ping.
the area.
Okay.
Tangos.
I'm about to be able to see him.
Tango down. Changing mags.
Arim,
What?
you Goomba stomped him. You didn't know?
No way. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, I got a drone coming from this way. Yo, I'm gonna enter the building, okay? I'm gonna flank everybody. They're not gonna know what hit him.
I got you.
I just lost the... Guys, I'm the worst player to ever exist in this game. Nice shot.
Area successfully secured.
Need a body bag.